Welcome to Rewind the Podcast.
Welcome back to Rewind the Podcast. Welcome to your favorite podcast. We are here with Raven.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Rewind the Podcast with Raven and Blake.
I was trying to induct you into the Illuminati.
I don't want to do that.
Oh, okay. Well.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We are going to start this off with some honesty right now. I'm on vacation at the Disney World.
Woo,
and so welcome to what's probably going to be our most unhinged episode ever because I'm on vacation.
I'm not on vacation.
She's not on vacation.
I'm at work.
She had her vacations earlier. So we've got a lot to cover today. First things first, we are going to talk about the documentaries that made us who we are.
No, we're just going to talk about
We're gonna
documentaries.
talk about
I
documentaries.
literally watched over the Thanksgiving holiday because
Literally.
what else do you do over Thanksgiving?
Besides eat and watch stuff.
For sure.
Literally. Okay, so we have been getting a lot of TikTok stuff about Martha Stewart and how unhinged her documentary is.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I listened to Jen and Juice podcast with Melanie Goolsby and Melissa Fredericks. And
Melanie's got a podcast.
yeah, Jen and Juice.
All I've done is listen to her. I'm not a lawyer, but
You know, she has a podcast with her
work it
sister.
out. Okay, slay.
And so they were talking about this, and I was like, okay, I have to watch this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Did not disappoint. First of all,
Yep.
I didn't know that much about Martha Stewart like that. Like, I know what everyone knows about Martha Stewart.
Made pies and went to jail.
Correct. But oh my gosh, so let's get into it. The first thing that blew my mind, and it was in the first 2 minutes, that Martha was literally the world's first influencer, as we know it.
Like low key?
Like low key.
How?
Because her thing was very much lifestyle.
Okay.
And it was like, come into my home and let me show you how to bake these pies and do these things and throw these parties. And it was elevated. And that was her whole thing, was even if you're a regular mom, everyone's striving for perfection. And even if you're just a regular housewife who works in the home and whatever, you can still make these beautiful things in your home. This is what I do in my home, so let me show you what to do in yours, kind of thing.
Fierce.
I was like, oh my gosh, that is so true. Also, homemaking can be a really powerful thing.
Home baking?
Homemaking.
Girl, yeah, home economics.
But you know what I mean? I think so often, it's kind of viewed as this, I don't have anything else to do, so I...
Oh, we're off to the races, because let me tell you about this. We've got homesteaders now. And the value of homesteading is giving, this is all you're worth. And like you're saying, there is power in homemaking. Because let me tell you what, if someone, even my friends now who decorate and throw parties, I go to these things, I'm like, I could never do this.
Correct.
I had Gabe over for Thanksgiving last year, and I made the food, but we were sitting in the cold on one couch. I don't need you to nod that hard. But people making home the thing.
The thing. But but in the way that she turned it into a $1 billion business, and it was just really empowering on that level to be look at this lady who went from being, a middle-class-ish kid to working on Wall Street to then becoming a homemaker and then creating a $1 billion business out of it. And it just shows that when you got it, you got it. It doesn't matter where you're placed.
When you put that hand to it, the only thing I really knew is that, like I said, she went to jail and she had beef with Ina Garten. And you know how I feel about Ina Garten.
Ina Garten?
Don't they talk about it in the?
I don't remember that part.
Or is it the Barefoot Contessa?
I know who that is.
What? Don't. Let's rewind to the Halloween episode. Thank you. I'm the Barefoot Contessa.
So sorry to that lady. Who the hell is that?
Open the schools. No, apparently when she went, they were like besties, and then when she went to jail, Ina didn't want nothing to do with her. She said,
I'm a fake ass bitch.
she's being real fake. What is it? If I was out, 50 Cent.
You either love me down.
Would you love me if
and
I was
out.
down
Yeah.
and out?
I was like,
and
where am
Ina
I
Garten
going?
said, if you still had love, if I was locked up, would you come visit? Hell no.
No, she wouldn't. So the thing that really stood out to me is that Martha is unhinged in the best possible way.
Don't you kind of have to be to work with Snoop Dogg? And I don't mean that ugly.
I don't know. I don't know Snoop with Mr. Dog like that. But y'all, so first of all, she was married to this man for all these years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, I swear to God, they were like, so she was like, he cheated on me and he's a horrible person. And he left me for this woman and he's a horrible person. And I cannot believe, like, women, if he cheats on you, leave. Like, leave. You should leave. And the interviewer goes, didn't you cheat first?
Well, she's like, no, we aren't talking about that.
She was like, yeah, but he didn't know. He doesn't know that. And the interviewer goes, no, he does. He knows. She goes, oh, well, yeah. I mean, but that's different. She was like, I had a night with a beautiful Irish man. It's not the same.
So Martha's doing some rules for thee, not for me.
On her honeymoon, she goes to this church for like Easter or something, like on her honeymoon in a different country. She makes out with a guy she met.
Work.
On her honeymoon.
Work.
I'm like, you are a serial cheater.
So are we talking she's marrying him for money?
No, she really loved him. I really think Martha's, then she sends this man the most unhinged letters.
For work.
First of all, the level of vulnerability it takes to have those type of letters on God's internet and television.
Like, what was, like, do you have a little...
Like, oh my gosh, I wish I could.
Because, like, I've always said, like, if like a naughty photo of me were to be released, or like a bad photo, not like bad, like bad, just like I don't like this photo, I'd be like, whatever. You release the old songs I used to write, or like a dirty text I've ever sent, the way I will crawl into a hole.
It was so embarrassing. It was like, why don't you love me? Why don't you want me? Like, dear Andy, I understand your craving for sex with others. No one will ever care about you like I do, nor will ever love you as much.
The vulnerability. You said could never be me.
I could never.
I love that.
I was watching it like,
I love cringe.
I
love
crawl
cringe.
into my own skin.
Mm-mm.
She was, I love you, take me back, I miss you. Then like, no, I hate you, you're the worst. Like she was going through, she could not handle that this man had moved on with another woman. It was a lot. It was a lot to say the absolute least. So then, I forgot. Raven, that is a good note.
I can't wait to hear it.
Hold on. I no longer want to listen to her. Okay, yeah. So after her divorce to Andy, who is the father of her child, her only child, she had this whole identity crisis. And she was like, no one's going to want to listen to me anymore. Like, I'm a failure. Like, I'm getting
she's
divorced.
Okay.
Correct. And she comes back and realizes that, like, these women want to hear about how you bake cakes. Like, they don't, like, it doesn't connect to them in that way. Because her thing was like, oh, I can't keep a man. Like, this shows that I can't keep a man. And it, like, to me that, like, homemaking isn't always connected to a man. Like, and that's the way Martha was looking at it. Like, oh, because I like don't have this family and this man that I'm like doing these things for, people aren't going to think it holds value. And she was like, no, they still want to hear from me. They still want to understand me and like how I do these things.
Sometimes you just want to invite the ladies over, make pies for Easter, and all talk about each other's titties. Am I wrong? And then have a cocktail.
And it's that thing of like, girls wear makeup for girls.
Yes.
Girls like get dressed for girls.
What do you always say? I like to get dressed. I like to have a nice cock.
Yeah.
Some din.
Yeah.
And if me or Gabe are there and it's just you, Kelsey, and all your little girlfriends, you could care less where we are. Sometimes you just want it for the vibe.
Just the vibe. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is so true. Because I think that's why like homemaking gets a bad rap. Because it's like,
you're doing it for a man.
Yeah, you're like waiting on your husband hand and foot. And she's like, no, I'm teaching you how to throw bomb ass parties to impress the other bitches on the block. I'm here for it.
There's two different types of realms of homesteading. There's like Martha and all of that. Very much the
Ballerina farm girl.
But yeah, really wants to go to Greece.
That's true. But I was just like, okay.
But Martha said, I'm having none of it.
My other favorite part, and then I'm going to let y'all go.
What does it even mean?
I'm going to let y'all go. During the interview, they're talking about after she goes to prison, this woman is writing horrible things about her. Per Martha is saying this. She wrote horrible things about me. They were all lies.
I think I've heard this, but keep going.
She goes, thank God she's dead now.
Yes, and they said she's not dead.
The lady's not
She said she's
dead.
not dead. And she said, yeah, and she's like, oh, well.
She was like, thank God she's dead now. I said, wait, I had to pause it. The level of petty
Yes.
to say that like that on your documentary. I said, she hates her. She hates her. I strive to be that level of petty. Then on the flip, to realize the bitch ain't even dead.
She said, oh.
Martha said she dead to me.
Yeah.
And that's really all that matters.
That's the tea.
Martha Stewart says what she wants. I mean, granted, she's a woman of a certain age.
She's like 80.
And I feel like she's in her 80s.
You literally turning it out with Snoop Dogg.
Seriously, when you hit a certain point in age, you just say whatever. She literally says whatever. The first thing pops in her mind. So blunt, has no filter. I really enjoyed her. I was like, I could probably hang with Martha.
I was going to say, does this make you want to bake some pies? Does it make you want to throw a soiree, or does it make you want to go to one?
Oh, it makes me want to go to one.
Okay.
There are Marthas
So
in the
you
world.
love the empowerment.
100%. I love that for her.
Don't empower me.
Couldn't catch me baking a pie. Couldn't catch me cleaning a dish.
I love that.
Could never be me. But I was like, but seeing her journey and like how, like I said, she moved through the world. Another thing, and I mean respectfully. We use beautiful as a loose term.
Where are you going with this?
She's attractive. Martha Stewart was attractive in her younger years. She is attractive now. The way that these people kept harping on her beauty, I was very confused.
Talk about that.
She's beautiful,
Uh-huh.
but it was like everyone kept saying it, and she isn't.
No, finish it.
No,
Finish it.
No, I'm trying to say, with the first thing I think of when I think of Martha Stewart, I think of entrepreneur, I think of billionaire, I think of girl boss.
You don't think va 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 voom.
I don't think, oh my gosh, what a bombshell.
That's tea.
And I was just she was like a model at one point. And like I said, she was very attractive. I'm not saying she was unattractive. But I was like, wow, we are really driving the beauty home.
The people's sexiest woman alive.
Correct.
Yeah, no, I don't think that either. Love you, Martha Stewart.
Yeah, but
Absolutely adore
is that the vibe y'all get?
No, I think I market her in other ways.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
I kind of felt like, and this is not the same, I kind of felt like in that Maggie Gyllenhaal movie, where they kept talking about how...
Hey, do you remember when I said this episode was going to be unhinged? Sit back.
In that Maggie Gyllenhaal movie where everyone kept talking about how beautiful she was. I said, wow.
Let's talk about...
It was like don't push it on me. If I think she's beautiful, I think she's beautiful. Don't push it on me.
Let's talk about this. One of the things that Raven has been very firm on in our friendship is do not push things on her. And one of those, no shade, no tea, all that, is Maggie Gyllenhaal. Raven and Cameron Diaz. There are a select few women in Hollywood who they said could just shine with beauty Cleopatra style, and Raven said, I don't get it.
It's the beauty in the room with us. But them other
Raven!
Okay, I'm gonna say that.
She could watch this.
If you gotta write it over and over in the script, she's so beautiful, it's giving Bow Wow.
Who in your mind is va 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 boom, you could turn me?
Okay, if we're talking like for real, like beauty, people that make sense. Give me a Demi Moore.
See? Okay.
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie,
I get.
she's conventionally beautiful. Kim Kardashian.
Is that conventional?
She was beautiful before. She's always been beautiful to me.
She's pretty. I think she's very pretty. We getting in some dark territory right before the holidays.
Who is yours?
Mine.
If you had to be like beautiful, but like for me, it's like different things too. Because like I think Cheryl Lee Ralph is beautiful. This is becoming a Cheryl Lee Ralph stan account. But like to me, I've always said like when I met her at 12, she was the prettiest person I've ever seen up close.
Yeah.
Like just aura, gorgeous, just beautiful. Beyonce is beautiful. Kelly Rowland is beautiful.
I'm not saying I don't disagree. I'm actively listening.
Maggie Gyllenhaal looked like somebody kindergarten teacher. Respectfully. Respectfully, though.
See, like, to me, like, I always thought Anne Hathaway was gorgeous.
Okay.
I think Zendaya's gorgeous.
Oh, she's a perfect example.
Yeah, Zendaya.
She is, like, stunning.
Yeah, I think Zendaya is one of them. I actually think Sabrina Carpenter's very cute.
But see, that's you're doing. That's not what we were talking about.
I think she's gorgeous.
Okay.
Like, I think you get her in the right light.
Yeah, she's a pretty girl for
like
sure.
Someone I think, okay, this may be controversial. Someone I've always thought was very cute, but to me it was never va 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 voom. Was like Britney Spears.
Mm-hmm.
So
she's girl next door.
She's girl next door. Yeah, she's not like.
But that's different. I'm talking Tyra in her heyday. I'm talking like the face.
Oh, see, Tyra never did it for me.
Like a Bella.
Yeah, like where it's just like you're just like, oh my gosh. I will say for me, sometimes hit or miss, Hailey Bieber. But one person for me who is always beautiful to me is not Nicole Richie, Sophia Richie. No shade to Nicole. Oh. Sophia Richie is gorgeous.
Okay.
Gorgeous.
Okay.
So it's like, it is.
It's subjective. Because in mine would go to, what's her face? The one who threw the cell phone. You know what I'm talking about, the model. Threw the cell phone at people. The black girl. Naomi Campbell. Woo! Took me a second.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Stunning.
I almost said Nev Campbell, and I was like, no, that's
But you know,
scream.
I don't know. It's just like, I feel like if you put Maggie Gyllenhaal, if you just sit the paper around.
This is a wicked recap show. A Cheryl Lee Ralph Stan podcast and a Maggie Gyllenhaal. We haven't done that forever. Is this a Maggie Gyllenhaal hate podcast?
No, and Maggie is a lovely person. I'm sure.
They work together.
I'm sure. I just felt like I already said it. I ain't gonna say it again.
Yeah, don't say it again because this is gonna be a real fun. I'm gonna send this episode to edit to Raven. She'll be like, take that out, take that out, take that out.
No, but y'all put in the comments who is your like, oh my gosh,
yes,
gorge, and then who is your like. People keep telling me she's pretty, but where is it?
Yeah. And for those who are saying, why are you not doing this and comparing the men? As a matter of fact, a few weeks ago, we talked about the discourse around the people's sexiest man alive. So
we did.
Get over it.
Also, I will say though, respectfully, again, I think the world be agreeing on the men though a little bit more.
Let's talk about this. A few weeks ago,
sexy and who is not.
Jacob Elordi with the beard. No, thank you. Did you see that a couple weeks ago?
I like Jacob Elordi in whatever state he decides to show up.
No, he looked like he came out from a cave.
I'm okay with that.
And you're okay with that?
100%. Have you seen Jacob Elordi's face?
No. Have you seen that photo?
No, show me.
Exactly. Okay.
I'm gonna love it. Because I love a beard. Right now, Jacob Elordi. I'm like really into the cute little white boys right now. Like Jacob Elordi, Noah Centineo, Noah Beck.
Oh, yeah. They talk about this all the time. Who's like your white boy of the month?
Ooh, Noah Beck's mine for sure.
Noah Beck's your white boy of the 100%. December? What about you?
I don't know.
Good talk.
I'm not like...
You're a guy on TikTok.
Do I?
You're a guy on
TikTok. He's not a boy, he's a man.
Oh.
I'm into like the men right now.
The men. Oh. My white boy of the month for 4 months consecutively is Jonathan Bailey.
Yeah, it's...
Jonathan Bailey's not a boy.
But boy is
Girl,
like,
you know what we were talking about. We're not talking about boys. We're adults.
Yeah, like...
This is Jacob Elordi with his beard.
That's hot.
Are you joking?
This is giving I have broken up with somebody and I haven't shaved. If you're watching, here's the photo. I'm not throwing it up because I'm holding it. That is not, no. That looks like the guy who worked at the Best Buy who's trying to sell you a cell phone.
Oh, do you know who else I love? This is we're Unhinged.
Yeah, Unhinged.
The guy who chops wood on TikTok.
Bradley Thor.
Oh,
you are his key demographic.
I am. His face. Oh, I just love a beard right now.
You know what? Let's talk about TikTok men right now who could absolutely saw me off, and that is so Bradley Thor's yours.
100%.
Again, going back to my type. This is going to sound so dumb. If you're out there, his name is Jonathan Kirby.
Wait, there's a guy who does porn who I didn't know did porn, who I was obsessed with for a while, but I can't remember his name, and I followed him on TikTok. And then after a while, I was like, "Oh, that's weird," and so I Googled him.
That you never Google.
And I was like, "Oh my god, you do actual porn!"
He didn't have the little jalapeno in his link.
I don't know. I can't remember his name.
Oh no.
He's cute. He's British. No, he's French. He's French. Okay, y'all gonna have to tell me who this is. Y'all know he's popular. I think he's popular on like OnlyFans.
Popular.
But he's French. God, his name's like
Jacques.
no. Oh, it's gonna bother me. Y'all, when I think of it, it's gonna come to me.
If you know a porn star who daylights as a TikTok star, comment below.
He's so cute and like charming, and he's not like overly super attractive, but he's like something. It's very like cute about him.
Clearly,
Yeah.
because he's apparently carving people in his free time. So not the hot carve. Can you tell that story you were telling us before we started filming?
On TikTok about the girl in their apartment.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna go on a little TikTok hole right now because that was wild. And I need you to tell the people.
Everyone, get comfortable. It's story time with Gabe.
Speed it up.
Seriously.
Basically, a woman in New York City went on a date with a man for the first time. Date ended. They went to their separate like apartments. He texted her like a little bit later and was like, "Hey, I can't get into my apartment. I can't find my keys. Can I come stay at your place?" She's like, "Yeah, you can stay on my couch."
Right away, wrong.
Why are you doing that? Then he comes over. She makes him a like little bed on the couch, whatever. She goes to her room, locks the door. At like 3 a.m, he knocks on the door. Is like, "Hey, I need a phone charger." She's like, "Oh, there's one in the kitchen." And he's like, "Oh, okay, whatever." She goes back to bed. Knocks on the door again a little bit later. "Hey, I really need I can't find the phone charger. Like, I really need one." She's like, "No, like, I'm not coming out. Find a phone charger yourself." Go back to bed. Knocks again. And then she's like, "Okay, you need to leave. Like, I'm calling the cops." She calls the cops. They come. I guess the door's open to like her actual apartment because she hasn't unlocked her bedroom door yet. They are like, "Hey, you're good to come out." She opens the door and all her living room is covered in like plastic, like waiting, like Dexter to be murdered.
Okay, so I started to give my opinion, and Raven immediately put her hand on me. She said, "Don't victim blame." And I said she wasn't a victim, so I'm going to say whatever I want.
Well, she was violated.
Was she?
Violating. Oh, my nail just popped out.
Dang. Halfway assaulted. You invited that man into your home.
That's true.
I'm not going to blame the woman, but I also kind of am just going to like throw a little shade. I don't even sometimes hug the person I'm going on a first date with, let alone say, "Come sleep on my couch." Now, well, that little pop star came a couple weeks ago, and I let him stay at my house. But I'd known him for like 6 months.
Also, he wouldn't hurt a fly.
He would not hurt a fly.
He's
Have y'all heard
precious.
of Z Machine?
Z Machine.
Z Machine.
He's the best.
He stayed with me a couple weeks ago. He was so fierce. His show, it was amazing.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Anyways, that to me is wild. The fact that you would invite somebody into your home. Also, how are you gonna go? Where are you getting all this plastic from?
Because he's a professional killer, and that's what professional killers do.
They just travel with the plastic wrap? No, absolutely not.
He went to his house, got his stuff, sat it outside, waited till she went to sleep, or waited till she went in her room, went and grabbed his little bag with all his supplies in it and set her apartment up like it was damn Scandal, and he was going to pull her teeth out one by one. But see, this is the thing. How her chop up and had a body in the wall, and this is why I don't go to people's house. If I don't know you, I'm not coming to your house.
T.
Especially no one-on-one, like a man I just met. And I'm coming to get killed. No.
See, and that's
No,
why
I'm not. No.
that's why if I have a gentleman caller at the house,
Right.
they're coming to mine because I've said this before and I'll say it again. I can J-Lo enough myself that if you do something, I can go 1, 2, knife, ha, right
This
there.
is why if you're a gentleman caller at my house, I know you.
T.
I'm sorry.
You said until then we'll meet at the Olive Garden.
Until then, you ain't coming. No, because I don't know you. And also, and I'm going to just keep it a buck. Women, especially, men are crazy. No shade, no tea.
Did you see us disagree? We like them too.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't like men who I'm dating knowing where I live. Because what if I don't like you anymore?
Also, there have been men who people have dated for years, and then they break up, or they find out they're cheating, and they break up with them, and they are banging on that door. They are messing up stuff on the front lawn.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
I don't like it.
I just feel like you have to get to know a person before. And I'm not like slut shaming. If you like to have hookups, cool. If that's like your vibe, cool.
But assess the risk.
Assess the risk and put yourself in a position not to be killed. Because that lady, she put herself in a position to get killed.
Get some nunchucks.
And like also have, well, I probably shouldn't say that.
Tell it.
Have a gun.
Look, anything goes in America these days.
Because
Have a gun. Get a cute little one.
that's why I'm like, show up at my house. I have a present.
Yeah.
you.
Anyone who ever thought they were going to be real cute on Rewind the podcast.
Don't get cute.
And I just
Because
told
I'll shoot first, ask questions later. Because
That
what are
part.
you doing at my house?
Also, I've already said this to Gabe and Raven. You'd be surprised at how many weapons are hidden in this house.
I just, yeah.
I feel like this is a lot to get like flagged. No.
No, we're just talking about random topics.
I don't know, probably.
talking
I'm
about
just
random
saying.
Let's talk about
I mean,
vacation.
get a pew pew. Put pew pew.
Oh God,
Get
not the
a
pew
pew
pew.
pew.
Someone was unalived.
Yeah, but
No.
yeah, that's just, you're right. You can't say KILLED.
The way we did like the full Wile E. Coyote stop over the air, we were like, and then I'm
Just bleep all those words.
one of our videos got demonetized recently because Raven was trying to teach Gabe a racist term.
Wait, don't put it out like
To
that.
us, it would be racist if we
If
said
you
it.
said it.
Yeah, but we can't repeat the word because we got demonetized.
Yeah, so now we have to.
This conversation is why I need
Oh
a vacation.
my God, that's hilarious.
I need
Okay.
a vacation.
Okay, moving on along.
Moving on along.
A second documentary I watched.
Oh God.
Was John Benet Ramsey, the one on Netflix, the new one.
Y'all need to calm down. The last documentary I watched on Netflix was like Cat's Eye. Touch. What are y'all watching? That's why y'all have nightmares.
That's really true. I was so scared.
That's why you have panic attacks.
That's not why.
Okay. I'm going full like Christian mom on you.
Yep.
It's because your head's always in that phone. You're reading that Harry Potter.
That's so true. But okay, so I love John Benet Ramsey. We're the same age. And I remember.
No, what I said just went over
You
your
said
head.
Katy Perry?
Yes. Have you never heard that? That everybody thinks that Katy Perry is John Benet Ramsey grown up. What? Get deep into the TikTok lore. Gabe, have you heard about this?
Yeah, have you seen that people think Taylor Swift is the Satan Church's daughter?
We've talked about that before. Yes, they are
Okay, everybody. I don't think that's true. Because I watched a documentary. They had her body.
They had her body?
John Benet.
Was it her body?
That's what they said.
Well, let's talk about this. Was it the brother?
No. Okay. Listen, Linda. Listen, y'all.
Okay.
Hold your mule. What I learned from this documentary is you cannot trust the Boulder Police Department.
You can't look,
Baby, it don't have to be said. It don't have to be said. So this whole documentary is about like the situations and how they like fumbled. First of all, John Benet did all these pageants and stuff, right? And that was like the whole thing. The police department could not find a person to blame, so they immediately blamed the parents.
That's what they always do.
Very little evidence. Now, one thing that was fishy, and I will agree, was that the ransom note that was left on the mom's, what's it called?
Boudoir?
It's like her paper that she wrote on.
A journal?
No, bitch. Stationery.
Okay.
Stationery.
Oh my
And
God.
it looked like someone practiced. Like they wrote Patty, and then they wrote Mr. and Mrs., and then they wrote the actual ransom note. So the people are like, oh, the mom must have practiced the ransom note. Also, the ransom note was like for a random number of dollars. It was like $118,000 or something random.
I need $49.99.
Literally, but that was what her dad, like the bonus he got that year.
Oh.
So basically, they blame the parents the whole time. They like do a grand jury situation to try to indict the parents. There is a man who was following the case the entire time that was like, this was an intruder. This was an intruder. The parents did not do this. The parents, like, listen to me. I am an investigator. This is my job. And they would not believe that it was anybody but the parents. Okay, all this stuff comes out to where the DNA doesn't match anybody, because I think something wrong with the DNA child, but it's not the point. But there was a gentleman who confessed.
And said, I did it.
And said, I did it, and this is how I did it, and this is why I did it. And he knew things that like people, and that was another problem because it became so popular, you had a lot of people who were pretending like it was them for notoriety because people are f***ing sick.
I was going to say, who's going to pretend to be a killer?
and not a rapist. Like what they did to this baby, I can't even get into it. And he completely confesses to everything to the investigator guy. He like reaches out to him and he's like, I want to apologize to her mom before she dies. I want her to forgive me because her mom had cancer. She died from ovarian cancer. Oh, dang. And so all this stuff happens and wake up, Gabe. And the only reason.
I wasn't asleep. I was looking down at my shoe.
He was asleep. The only reason they let him go was because his DNA didn't match. But the DNA matches no one.
Mm-hmm. That's given O.J. Simpson, the glove didn't fit.
Correct. And so now they're trying to petition to have the DNA re-looked at because they're like, obviously something isn't right.
The DNA don't change.
And unfortunately, it was the DNA from her panties. Damn. She's 6.
I can't talk about that. That's so disturbing.
And this is why I couldn't go to sleep.
Exactly. That's what I'm telling y'all.
I was like, also, I didn't realize that her dad had already lost a child.
Really?
Yes, he has older kids. One died in a car accident like 5 years before.
I can't do all that.
So the whole thing was like their house is like a maze. And it was like the person who did this had to know where they were going in the home. Mm-hmm. Well, the man who confessed said that the Ramseys left at 5. He stayed at their house from 5 to 10 o'clock just walking around while they weren't home.
I don't like this. I'm getting scared.
While they weren't home and like learned his way around to know where her bedroom was to get her and take her down to the basement. He also said he did not intend to kill her, that was an accident.
I can't talk about this. This is no. That is awful. And so what does the documentary end up doing? Just being like, so yeah.
They were basically proving that it wasn't the family members, which is so sad.
This is my other thing, too. I know when these people end tragically, and I know you want to find out who did it, let these people rest.
Exactly.
That's what I want to pull out from the Martha documentary. I would watch. That's up my alley. Mm-hmm. When it comes to documentaries like these, are you someone who can watch those things on end? Like true crime podcasts, documentaries, Law and Order SVU, like over and over. I don't understand how people can do that to unwind.
Me either.
What's not clicking? What's not clicking?
It scares me.
I watched the scary episode of Smart Guy on Halloween. I can't do it.
The only reason I was like interested was because I feel like I've grown up hearing this. Like that was the first time as a kid that I was like, oh, someone can take you and like kids can die.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know kids could die.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, someone can like take you and be dead.
You can, yeah.
And I was like, oh, whoa. And like she was everywhere, literally everywhere. And so I've always felt like connected to it because it was like a loss of innocence for me. Mm-hmm. I shouldn't have watched it.
No, not at all. And that's why you have nightmares. And you got to call me when you go up the stairs.
I shouldn't have watched it. I was scared for real. Because then I was like, what if I see like a little girl in a dress in my bedroom? I'm going to holler. I'm going to run. That's where I was.
It's just me over there doing Wicked. Popular. You're going to be. Oh, dude, you would pew, pew.
For real. But also, like, people okay, Geraldo?
Who was Geraldo?
You're too young. Geraldo was like a talk show. Geraldo did a mock trial of John Benet Ramsey on his show to indict the parent, to prove how the parents. People are the way people been playing in the Ramsey's face. Then let me not say one of these television networks, and I don't remember which one it was, so let me not say the wrong letters.
Okay.
Did a thing
CBC
proving how the brother did it. That's what started all that. He sued them for $85 million.
Did he win?
He settled out of court.
That's T.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes, that is crazy. And again, that's why I don't watch that stuff. Do you remember that documentary we watched together? It was when I lived with my other roommates. Mm-hmm. It was the one about that guy who said he was a prophet of God and he slept with the mom and then he slept with the dad and then he abducted. What was that documentary called?
It was something, Meet with a Stranger, something about a stranger. And he sucked the dad's, he gave the dad a handy.
A little handy J, yeah.
They were Mormon.
It was like, I'm telling you, he had an affair with the mom. And then she felt bad, and she told the dad, and then the dad went to confront him. He ended up giving the dad a handy J, stole the child, and brought her back, and they kept him in the family loop. He stole the child again, had the child convinced that the world was about to end and that she was getting secret messages from God in an RV. What is the name of that? What do you know the name of it? Comment below. Abducted in plain sight. Thank you, Gabe.
The way that documentary had me hollering at the TV.
That is where I victim blamed.
We did victim blame.
And I'll stand by it. Daddy gets a handy J, mom gets a little and then the kid gets stolen for 10 years. Yes. And then they let her. No, 3 times, because remember she wanted to go work for him at the water park or something.
She was gone and back and gone and gone and back.
And then at the end of the episode, the mom and the daughter started a business of going around talking about it or something like that. And I'm like,
That's
see,
some white people.
That is some white.
I'm sorry.
We're all gonna sleep with the
my child one time.
No, you act weird around my child one time.
Exactly.
Well, now they're all friends. Apparently, I don't know. And the guy's somewhere. I don't know.
He died.
Did he die?
I think so.
I don't know.
He ended up. I don't know if he pew-pewed himself or what happened, but
Not
he
the
did.
pew-pew.
He did. He
We
went
gotta
on
quit
and
with
got
the
his.
pew-pew.
I
I will say this. Let's just be honest. It is so cold in here. It is so cold. You know what that reminds me of? Christmas.
So stupid. But no, I want to hear about your trip. You said that you were going on vacation.
I'm on yes, if you are watching this right now, hello, I'm on vacation. I have mouse ears on and I'm probably crying on a Disney ride. I'm not a Disney adult. Let's talk about that. Are you a Disney adult?
No.
We tried to go to Epcot with Raven last year and she said, I'm not doing all that.
I don't listen. It's fun for like an hour.
Yeah.
But the problem is it's too much work and you have to be there all day.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going.
So here, this is the thing. Okay. Vacation, hello, Christmas. It's getting around the holiday time. You take your vacations. I went to Disney World last year with some friends to celebrate a birthday, and I'm there now as you're listening. I just love that time hop. And I'm not a Disney adult. Like, if I see the castle, I'm not going to cry. I tried to drink around the world.
Why are you going?
Because I wanted something fun to do. It's too cold to go lay on a beach. That's like far away. But there's activity there, and I'm going with friends to like make a memory. And there's like joy there. But I'm not going to like fall down to my knees and cry when I see a castle.
I respect it. There's so many other things I would do.
Like, what would you do? Can I be vulnerable and honest? The trip altogether with hotel, travel, transport, all that kind of stuff cost me $2,300. Don't act like you ain't ever been to Disney World before. It's 5 days. How much? What are you doing with $2,300?
You could all inclusive. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money, but I saved. I will be honest. I'm proud of it. I saved little by little.
And good for you. And that's what you want to do. I'm just telling you, if I had $2,300, I'm going to Punta Cana.
Well, that's what I'm doing with my next $2,300.
Or Europe. You know that's not enough. See, my thing is, if I'm going to Europe, I'm spending
some coins,
$6,000 minimum. Just because,
maybe 8 on that little purse.
Shut up. But you know what I mean? If you're thinking, I'm upgrading my flight.
That'll work.
I'm not sharing a room. After you did 8 and gone to see a show or 2, you damn near at it.
Exactly. That's why I thought I was getting a good deal. I'm getting 5 nights at a hotel. I'm getting park hopper and park. I'm getting to go to Universal Studios. All my meals are covered.
I just would have gone to even if I were just just wanted to get away and sightsee, I would have gone to North Carolina, or I would have gone to New York. You know what I mean?
But in December, it's freezing.
In
Orlando, it'll be kind of warm.
Yeah, I would have gone. I would have gone to anywhere else.
Well, hopefully by the time this airs, I'm having the time of my life in Disney.
I really want to go to the Biltmore in Asheville.
The Blank Space Music Video Castle?
It was in one of the movies I watched, one of my Netflix Christmas movies, and they do it up for Christmas. And so I want to go there.
You know what? Let's talk about that.
I do want to go to North Carolina in general because I really want to go to, that's one thing I would do. I would go to Wilmington.
Okay.
Because that's where One Tree Hill was filmed. It's where Dawson's Creek was filmed. And it's so cute and quaint and cozy. I could work from there. I would get an Airbnb and work from a cute little coffee shop and just chill.
You could go. I read Busy Phillips' book when she was on Dawson's Creek. There was a bar they all went to.
Exactly.
At the little downtown park.
Exactly.
Would y'all watch us go to Wilmington? Not me hopping in with y'all.
Yes.
If me and Raven went to Wilmington, kind of like Oprah and Gail hit the road, Blake and Raven hit the pavement.
We should so go to Wilmington. I would nerd out, and I could like teach you everything One Tree Hill.
I'd be fierce. And Dawson's Creek.
And
And Riverdale and all those little places that are over
that's
there. Yeah,
enough.
I don't watch any of them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Comment below. Would you watch that?
Where would you go with You got $2,300. Where you going on vacation?
Where are you going? Okay. Let's talk about this. Vacation, Christmas vacation. You've been watching a lot of Christmas movies, and we are answering the people's call. They said they wanted to hear all about your Christmas movies. Did you watch some?
So today we're going to keep it light. We're just going to talk about 3 of the most recent ones I watched.
Okay.
So the first was I was missing London. And I was like, I want to do like a London like movie moment. This one is called Christmas in Notting Hill.
Okay.
Okay, the thing I love about these movies is they're an hour and 23 minutes.
Oh, just nice and quick. Paint your toenails.
Listen, it's not a huge commitment.
T.
You can hop in, hop out. This one is more traditional.
Okay.
It's your very traditional Netflix Hallmark-ish Christmas movie.
Are we actually doing Netflix?
Dude, this is Netflix.
Okay.
So this is one where, girl goes to visit her sister in London, and she meets a guy.
She works too hard.
Yes. And she meets a guy, and all of these wacky things happen, and like they're all connected somehow.
Is he Santa?
No.
Oh, okay.
No one's Santa. And it's just innocent, fun, sweet, easy. And everyone has an accent. Not everyone, but most of the people in it have an accent.
Okay.
And I love London.
Never
so
had that as the selling point.
That's a very traditional one. So
Okay.
if you like those kind of movies, you will like that one.
Okay, on a scale of 1 to 8 tiny reindeer.
Why 1 to 8?
Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen.
I'd give it 5 reindeers.
5 reindeers? Okay. So
Because it's traditional.
she's rated Comet.
It's easy. It is what it is.
Okay.
Now, my next one is starring one of my favorite actresses, speaking of One Tree Hill, Bethany Joy Lenz.
Bethany Joy Lenz.
And this one is called Christmas at the Biltmore.
Oh, that's why.
This one's called A Biltmore Christmas.
Okay.
Now, this one is a bit more, it gives you like a fantasy aspect. Okay. There's travel. It still is this, I don't want to give too much away.
This movie has everything. Travel. You gotta watch it.
No, and like the ending has like a twist.
Okay.
So basically,
they're not really at the Biltmore.
It's a novel. It's a girl, Bethany Joy Lenz's character is a writer, and she's rewriting like a old timey movie. So she goes to the Biltmore where it was filmed for like inspo, and she ends up time traveling.
Oh,
and that's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. Y'all, it was so good.
But look.
It's like a period piece.
Oh, I love a period piece.
It's so good.
Let's talk about this.
It's so good. Y'all, I was on the edge of my seat.
The way you are shining like I am at Disney World now.
I'm telling you, it was so good.
You have just seen the Netflix Christmas Castle.
I want to vacation there now. Like, I was like, I will get a plane ticket to Asheville to go to this castle for Christmas.
Well, not right now.
Why?
Hurricane Helene.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I know. That was a lead balloon. I'm sorry.
Oh, my God.
Okay, Christmas at the Biltmore. So she's a period piece.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. How many out of 8 tiny reindeer?
I give it, honestly, 6.5 reindeer.
6.5 reindeer. So that Comet Cupid's half a Cupid.
Yes.
Okay, that's nice. When I have a full reindeer, it's usually when I'm on Grindr, but you know.
Okay. And last but not least, you'll like this one.
Does this get a full Rudolph?
No.
Oh, word.
You'll like this one, though, because it relates to you. It's The Merry Gentleman.
Did you watch that?
Uh-huh.
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
Also has a One Tree Hill cast member, Chad Michael Murray.
Chad Michael Murray.
Yes. It was good.
Okay.
Okay. So this one, the plot, big city girl goes back home for the holiday.
Finds herself.
To after losing her dream job in the big city.
Oh.
And her parents...
That actually sent a cold chill through my spine for reasons unknown.
Yeah, seriously. Her parents own this bar, and they need to raise the money to save the bar.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's her bright idea to do like a male review. Mm-hmm. And it is very cute. The main girl is a mix between Sarah Michelle Gellar and the girl who's on Grey's Anatomy, who plays Kepner. Anybody watch Grey's Anatomy?
I've never seen Grey's Anatomy.
She looks like both of them. No, not Sarah Michelle Gellar. I messed up. It's another three name. Melissa Joan Hart.
Refer to last week's episode. They all look the same.
It's a mix between Melissa Joan Hart and the girl who plays Kepner on Grey's Anatomy.
Okay.
She looks so much like them. Okay. It's weird. Also, not the sister. Who watched Full House? Remember when Stephanie meets the bad little girl?
Gia.
Gia's in it.
Gia, yes, I forgot her name, but I love her.
Gia's in the movie too.
I love that. Okay,
yeah.
and the stripping.
She doesn't strap.
No, the guys.
Yeah.
Is it stripping or is it a review?
It's a review.
Okay,
it's very Ranch Hands-esque.
Okay, see, when we're doing the Christmas show right now,
yeah.
the holiday show, if you will, and that is right. I want to watch it, but people say it is a little unhinged.
The movie?
The movie.
Well, 100%.
Well, I mean, it's like
Chad Michael Murray is not a dancer.
OT.
Like some of the guys, I'm like, oh, y'all are great, and then
they said he's clearly the actor.
Yeah, but he has a great body. He looks amazing in it. I will say, the acting is rough. It's not bad, but it's not stellar. But it's
Could
so
it have
cute.
been on Tubi?
No. Okay, first of all, you're on Tubi, and one of my favorite movies is on Tubi. So I need you to take a step back.
Okay.
No, it was very on par for what it normally is. Like for these kind of movies. It was just like, what is a reason to get these men shirtless? It was the energy, but it was still very cute. I would still watch it. And I give that one 5.5 reindeers.
Do you realize you just pulled a Glinda just now? You did a toss.
Okay, let's talk about this.
Okay.
Everyone has been calling me Glinda.
Yeah.
And I'm offended.
Isn't that funny? Okay, why? Let's talk about it. Let's unpack that. Like a Christmas present. Let's unpack it.
My mom being the main one who keeps.
Oh, yes. Hello, Miss Dawson.
She every time. Okay, so my dad says no to me, and I don't like that. And so I told him I don't like that you say no to me.
You are Hunter Biden.
And my mom was like, "Listen, Glinda," and I was like, "Whoa."
Not even Glinda.
Glinda. I'm Glinda. And then I asked for something for Christmas that was a little expensive, and my mom was like, "Nothing." And my mom was like, "That's $1,000," and I was like, "And?" And she was like, "Listen, Glinda." And I'm like, the group said I was Glinda. I am an Elphaba.
Let's talk about this. When we went and saw Wicked, because this didn't make them last.
It's Wicked every week.
It's
everybody.
Wicked. Yeah, Wicked recap. Welcome back.
Come on. Get on
when
board.
we went and saw Wicked for the very first time, before we ever saw it, I did a casting because I hadn't seen it. And, me and Raven, we like to think we're the main characters. Toss. And I said, she's the Elphaba, I'm the Glinda. As soon as we saw it, everybody was like, didn't you change your mind? And I was like, well, Raven, she can, and she's still the Elphaba and I'm still the Glinda. And all of our friends were like, you are on that good. Because you are not the Glinda. You are the Bo and Yang. Get over yourself. Go sit over there. You are a man in a wig. You will never be a woman. And this one over here is the Galinda. Mainly because when she gets tired, they carry her. They get her a pastry. They make sure she's never sad. She does one good act and she...
No, listen. I will say this. People like to do things for me.
I love the gaslighting.
And I appreciate that is how y'all show your love, and that's how I receive love. So it works.
The way your smile is already curling because you are gaslighting us.
The second thing is I'm always thinking of others. And I'm always here to help.
Yeah, literally.
Thank
you are Madam Morrible.
So 5.5.
For Merriest Gentleman?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
it was good. But my number one, I think lately, has been the one, and I can't remember the name of it, where, what's the thing called where you open a door every day and you get a gift every day? Advent calendar.
Oh, I don't know, work?
The holiday calendar. Y'all?
Shut
that
up.
One is so good.
Good
it's
to know.
with Bonnie from Vampire Diaries. Oh my gosh! That one actually for real is good.
No, I don't know who Bonnie is. That's
okay,
the only
but
reason.
it really is good.
I thought you meant Bonnie Hunt.
So I'll update y'all in a couple weeks on new ones, but that's what I've watched recently. Those are my suggestions for now.
You haven't even asked me about mine. My
You
top
don't
three.
watch these.
I watch a couple of Netflix Christmas movies.
What?
I'm not deep in the lore. My top three are the Lindsay Lohan Falling for Christmas. That one was very cute. And then there was some gay. And then the second one was that one with the guy from Younger, and he's also gay. Single All the Way. And it had Jennifer Coolidge.
That was cute.
That was a cute one. And then my third one is Call Me Stupid. I loved the Princess Switch movies. They were goofy. They were amazing. They were just what you needed. You know what I do want to see, but it's not out as of filming this? The Sabrina Carpenter special.
Me too.
You know she's going to turn that out.
I know. I'm excited for that.
I know. I'm ready. It is so cold in here.
For sure. Let's go.
Okay. Hello from Disney World. Thank y'all so much. We'll be back next week with some fun stuff. Truly keeping it Christmas, but and pop culture. But until then, thank you so much for listening to this episode of Rewind the Podcast. Vacation brain. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Rewind the Podcast. If you want to keep listening to other episodes of Rewind the Podcast, you can listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. That's some spit in my mouth. I'm not here to tell you what you like because you are a grown adult and you know what you like. But if you want to watch our beautiful faces, you can watch us on the YouTube. And you can follow, like, subscribe, and sign up for alerts because I'm going to tell you right now, we've always got some good stuff coming, right, Raven? You take it away.
If you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, make sure to leave a comment and give us 5 stars. You can find me on all social media platforms at I am Raven Dawson. Thank you so much for listening.
And I am chronically online and on vacation. Just in case you didn't know, I didn't say it. I don't think at all in this thing. But you can find me on anywhere there's a social media site at Blake Rackley. And with that being said, we'll see you
later
next week.
Merry Christmas almost.
Oh.